Hi, everyone. Welcome to rePLAY Enterprise Connect 2024. I'm excited to walk you guys through all of the things that I saw at this show. I'm interested to see if any of you have went this year, so we're gonna push that poll question through in just a second. But whether you're here to kind of get more of a view of things that you might not have seen, because Enterprise Connect, while it is a small show, it is divided kind of in UCC technology, and then there's a lot of contact center technology too. I'm going to be focusing more on the UCC side today. After all, this is AV. But definitely, if you spent more time over on that end and you want to check out the UCC stuff, you are in the right place. So I'm super excited for you guys to check this out. I am not going to show the full video clips today. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to go fast. But if you do want to go and watch the full videos, we have some embedded if you scroll to the bottom of this page, but we also have all of them on our YouTube, Rave Pubs, and you can also go to ravepubs.com/Enterprise Connect, and that has them all there as well. And we're not even going to play all the videos I got, because I went to this show by myself. I went solo this year, which was scary. But we made it through. And so I didn't get as many as I would have typically gotten in other years, but I feel like I got a pretty good idea of what is at the show. So let's first, I have a clip that I can show you guys of me walking a little bit along the show floor.
It's happy hour, by the way.
Here there's Jabra. I was kind of walking around during happy hour, so a lot of people did have drinks in their hands. But this kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of what it looked like, how many people were there. No, there was no carpet on the floor. I did hear a lot of people talk about how they did not like that. But it was pretty busy. Like, this is never going to be like an Infocom or an ISE level busy of show. I just think the audience right now is a little bit too small for that, but I will say it was pretty busy. This was on day 2. I want to say day 1 was kind of, it was busy at first, but it wasn't super crazy because they had a bunch of education earlier that day, and then the show floor was open from 3 to 7, and then on the next day they had it from 12 to 5. So it was a little bit busier here. Here I'm looking at this is at Polly's booth. I'm looking at their center of the table camera. It's the Studio E360. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that later. But these were just a few of my favorite UCC booths that I got to go and check out. I also have a few of photos of like what the show floor looked like, just kind of showing you a little bit more of like crowd levels. So this was like walking into Enterprise Connect a little bit. And then the next one, this is kind of about what the crowd looked like. It was mid-level busy, I want to say. It was by no means like empty. I have been to an empty trade show, not going to name names, but this was not that. But this was also not like I was having to fight for my life to get anywhere that I needed to go. So the Zoom booth pretty much stayed busy the entire time though. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. But before we officially get started and continue with all of this content for today, I want to remind you guys to go ahead and save your spot for launch week 10. We are already in preparation for planning that content. It's going to be super fantastic. I cannot wait. It is October 21st to 24th. As usual, we split up the days. 4 days by, kind of different markets. So we're going to do EdTech Day, Experiential Technology Day, Home AV Day, and then we're going to end it super strong with Pro AV Day. And we're going to drop a link right now so you guys can go and register. We hope to see you there. We're working on CTS approval for that, but we hope our usual is about 10 CTS RUs for the whole week. We're working on that right now. And we hope you guys come. We're working on the content and it's going to be great. So, all right, let's keep it moving. Let's go into products. So I'm going to preface this by saying I didn't necessarily see that many new things, but I saw things that were newly introduced to America. So a lot of what I saw, yes, I saw this at ISE previously, but maybe I didn't get to really put my hands on it because, as you guys know, probably ISE is insanely busy on the show floor. And I don't get to do everything that I want to do at ISE. Always. It never ends. But this, I got to really spend time with the products, kind of understand a little bit more about how they work. And it was nice that a lot of this was these products' first chance coming into a US market. So that is kind of what is cool. And the fact that a lot of these, you get a little bit more of a hands-on experience and you get to see a little bit more about how these would be used in a room. Because I see it's just lines everywhere. So all right, let's first talk about the D10 bar. This was here at Enterprise Connect, and this is Jackson. He's kind of showing you how it works. The D10 bar is cool. Like Gary has said before, I've said it before. Everyone has a video bar right now, like so many companies, but theirs is really cool because it has a lot of really neat software built inside it. Jackson is kind of explaining it, but he can literally tilt it and it still works. I mean, you're probably never going to do that in the middle of your meeting, but here you go. See, he's doing it right now. And it keeps it, and it keeps the 16:9 aspect ratio while it turns. So if you have a like flex space where, let's say, sometimes you need two monitors, two displays, and you need to put a video bar vertically in the middle of the two, but then sometimes we cut that flex space in half, and then you need to mount a video bar quickly on top of that one of the displays. You take one of them out. This is going to be the perfect product for you, because I don't know of another video bar on the market that can do that has that software capability. D10 is kind of setting the scene here. And I'm very clearly a big fan of theirs. I think that they are kind of leaps and bounds in front of a lot of other companies in terms of like innovation in UCC. But yeah, so definitely check out the D10 bar. That was one of my favorite things I got to see. I really, really liked that demonstration. So I didn't see a ton of displays. Like I said, I was kind of running between booths and everything, but this is Avicor's booth. I didn't get to do many like fancy or proper product videos, but this is their X series. This is the US debut. This is a modular direct view LED. It has multiple use cases, so you can kind of use it for corporate. It's made for education, of course, and also entertainment. What it claims is a hassle-free installation, like super easy to put that together straight out of the box, get that into your classroom, get that at the front of your corporate office. It comes in 132 or 138 inches and in 1.27 or 1.58 millimeter pixel pitch. So thought that was cool. Didn't get to do a product video of it, but still got a regular video. Brief break because I want to talk about networking at this show. Normally, networking freaks me out. Like, I do not want to talk to people. I'm so scared. But this, I got to make friends over at the Poly booth. Shannon Shamoon is lovely. I got to hang out with her. And then here's a GIF of us at the Poly booth, which is really fun, the HP Poly booth. I also got to hang out with her here. And then also Alicia Henley, I got to be in a selfie that she took. So this is you recognize a lot of these people. These are like famous AV people. Like we are never all in the same place. So I thought that was fun. This is my first time meeting a few of those people, and networking usually makes me really nervous, but everyone at Enterprise Connect was actually really nice. So yeah, if you ever want to go to a show for networking, that one is one that I highly recommend, especially if you want to network with more of an end user facing audience or type of people. So, okay, let's get back to business. So I said I would talk about this later. So this is HP Poly's Poly Studio E360. This is that center of table camera. It includes face-based auto exposure, which allows for a lot of correction within different lighting. And they worked on the technology to do a really good job lighting different skin tone levels, which I think is really important. If you're going to have one camera, you can't just put the exposure at one thing. Not everyone's going to look their best. And I liked that they spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to do this. So this is for, when you have a long conference room table, you have maybe a bar or a camera at front of the room. Maybe if it's a bigger room, you have a tile on your ceiling, and then this is going to pick up your face from the center of the table. It's got 4 8 megapixel cameras and 4 microphones, and it also includes Polydirector AI multi-camera experience built in, which just helps to pull people's faces depending on who you're trying to highlight at any given time in the meeting. So thought that was interesting. Thought that was pretty good. There are a few center of table cameras now on the market, but I liked this one, so I thought it was cool. Let's go to the next one. This is from Zoom. I got a few videos over there, even though they were quite busy. And this is Zoom's AI companion. So I thought this was cool. Zoom is really doing it like nobody else is doing it. So this is supposed to be used basically at all times to help you with any meetings you missed. He's explaining that now. At times you weren't really paying attention, and you can also like automate tasks to keep you prepped for every upcoming meeting. So he's kind of showing how that works now. It's like generating something to prep him for his next meeting. I thought that was a really, really cool demonstration. And yeah, I don't know of any meeting software that is keeping up like that. So continuing on. Okay, I was kind of surprised to see this company at Enterprise Connect, but this is X10. You guys might know them, like if you are heavily in the integrator audience, but X10 was there and they were just kind of like overviewing their design, their proposal software. They had their Xverse there with the goggles so that you can it's their VR offering to let you see designs before you make them. There are a few similar products like that on the market, but it was interesting because there were a lot of end users there, but there were also some integrators that I saw, and a lot of people I think were interested in X10's Xverse and wanted to put those goggles on. So I thought it was interesting that they made the trek down to Enterprise Connect. I don't think a lot of y'all would have guessed that. So continuing on, I got to go spend some time over at Jabra. Love them. They kind of were highlighting their work from anywhere lineup. So this is the Panicast 20, the camera. So the Evolve 265 Flex, which is their headset, and then the Speak 275, which is that other microphone speaker, which is right down there, depending on what you want to do. They are actually really good at developing products for working in a super weird environment, which is kind of what we're doing right now. Like, you know, they were really wanting to talk about how the Evolve 265 Flex was really easy to pack up, take out. So if you need to go work at Starbucks, if you need to go work at a co-working space or somewhere for the day, that was going to be a really good product for that. So keeping this going, I didn't see a ton of hot desking products at this show. I thought that was interesting. I thought we were in the hot desking era, but we might be moving out of that. But I did see a ton of room bookings, so a ton of those panels you can install. But I did see, so let's show this here. This is a clip from Evoco. So this is the NASA Room Manager and the Clio Desk Manager. So these, I think, are the cleanest looking on the market anyway, so it's fine that I didn't see more of them. They have RFID included, and they use color to tell you whether a desk or a room is booked or open. So green is open, yellow means like there is an upcoming booking, so like caution, maybe don't go over there. Red is occupied, and blue is like I'm in deep work, like don't disturb me. So I thought that was cool. And yeah, I think those are the best looking on the market anyway, so I'm kind of fine that I didn't see any other ones because I just like those the best. And you can quote me on that if you would like to. So let's continue on. Let's talk about Sennheiser. Sennheiser was also at this show. Sennheiser brought two products, or kind of two versions of its same product, which is the Team Connect bar. They brought the one for medium rooms and the one for larger rooms. Like I said, I was swimming in video bars at this show. I saw so many of them. I'm not even going to get to all of the ones that I saw today. But this is the one on the market that has Dante integrated. So if that is important to you, if that is something that you use at your organization, this is probably going to be the one for you. It does have a 4K camera included as well. So let's go to Max Hub now. I got to spend some time over there to talk about the X Core Pro. This is an MS Teams solution. A lot of teams. I saw a lot of teams this time. So this is kind of the overall experience of this is a very like one tap to join, um, showing how this works with their PTZ camera. And then the X Core kit, the one that previously was out, I think is connected by USB-C, and the X Core Pro kit, room kit, which they showed at this show, is connected actually by RJ45. So he's kind of talking me through that a little bit. This very easy joining experience. I also stopped by Genie, and you might know Toggle Rooms. That's been out for a little bit, but I haven't gotten to see how it worked until I went over here. So I am going to let him talk through what he's doing a little bit.
Teams room or a Zoom room. So in this particular case, I've got a Teams room. I hit the join button here. Now, because of the way the system's all connected,
so yeah, it's like it lets you very easily switch from that in-room PC to your personal laptop, because I think he's going to switch it back in a minute.
Hang up, and now I've got the capability of switching.
Yep.
Via our button or via API.
I like that. I like these things that are just like simple, because chances are, like, yes, everyone here is either like is somehow an AV insider, but let's be real, people who are joining meetings, they're often not insiders. They're outsiders. They're scared. They don't know what to do. So just give them a button and tell them to press it. So other interesting show floor things that I noticed. So this is nice, and no, it's not the nice Nortec control that you know. This is a contact center software solutions company for enterprise, but they had a racetrack in their booth. I am not like, sometimes people just be having things in their booths that are like, oh, here's this fun thing that has nothing to do with anything, but it's fun. So I did stop and check that out, because that had a line constantly for people wanting to go and race. But like I said, it was a crazy amount of contact center solutions at the show. I really think there was more contact center technology there than UCC technology, which is interesting, which I thought that really says something interesting about enterprise communications right now. But yeah, I'll keep an eye on what that level is next year. I'll be interested to see if that changes. So if you follow Barco at all, which, let's be honest, most of you probably do, Barco showcased its brand new ClickShare Bar Pro. This is an all-in-one device. Like I said, I am swimming in video bars. But this one is made specifically to go with the ClickShare ecosystem. So this is giving you that one click to join, bring your own meeting experience. This is made for like a 4 to 6 seater room, very similar to most video bars of that size, but it's super connected with the ClickShare. So this is just that very easy experience. If you are already a ClickShare person, BYOM person, this is probably going to be the video bar for you. And I will say, I don't have a favorite video bar. I think the vibe right now is many of them are good. You just have to pick the one that works the best for what type of room you are in, what type of system you use, and what type of technology you care about. So that is kind of what I'm focusing on here. Also have a couple of images of that bar. I really like the way this one is designed, but Barco always has very clean, very sleek designs. So like I said, if you are a bring your own meeting type person, if that is what you do in your organization and you are in need of a video bar, you're probably going to want to choose this one. So Hudley was also at this show, and I got to go over and check them out. So Hudley Crew is great. Hudley Crew was kind of the first technology that I saw in the meeting space that was kind of giving that 3-camera shoot in the meeting, so that you have like the wide shot, but then someone says something funny and then you catch someone else's reaction to the funny thing, so that people joining from far away are now going to look and be like, oh, like I'm catching the inside joke now. Like, oh, great. Like, I don't feel like I'm left out of this meeting. But they now do speaker mode for that. And this narrows in on the person that's speaking. And that's actually pretty important for this type of shoot. So that's what he was explaining in that video. I would be remiss if I did not mention what Shure brought. So let's just go ahead and talk about it. The MXW Next 2 wireless microphone system. I'll actually let her explain a little bit. She's better at doing that than I am. And so she talks about the type of microphones this comes with. And then after that's over, I'll tell you a little bit more about it.
Options for you today. We have a boundary microphone, which allows the pickup of high quality audio from your participants at the table. We also have a body pack microphone, which features a built-in wireless microphone and a area where you can connect a lavalier or a headset type microphone as well. Lastly, we have a handheld microphone as well. We've increased the battery life on these devices. So for my boundary and my body pack,
Okay, so this is basically a docking system for your microphone, and this is really going to be great in education, but you could use it within like the conference room space as well. So you put this dock in your classroom, and you can basically put any of your microphones in that dock. It doesn't have to, you just click it and it syncs with that dock immediately. So a teacher could keep their microphone on their person. This is going to kind of lessen lost microphones, lost technology, and it's very easy for them to quickly sync that microphone. And like she said, different microphones work with this. So there's the boundary mic, there's the one that you clip to you, and then there is their handheld. So whatever that teacher prefers, they can dock it the same way. So simple in theory, but actually a really, really cool solution. So I'm glad that I got to actually go and play with that at this show. I'd never gotten to do that before. I didn't get to do that at ISE. So also checked out Aver's booth here at Enterprise Connect. So Aver has this multi-camera switching solution. So they basically brought this in, and this basically is going to be good for meeting equity because it allows you to switch from different angles using their PTZ cameras. And he is kind of pointing to the cameras and all of the different angles that they have set up. This is just another solution that's going to help with that meeting equity, making sure to get everyone in the room, making sure you get all of those angles to provide for a good meeting. So you might have heard this through the grapevine. We've talked a little about it, but we are actually partnering with AV Nation because we are trying to grow the industry of end users. So AV Nation is focusing a lot on end users. We have a publication that focuses on end users, which is AV Buyers Club. You can go check that out on ravepubs.com if you want. But Tim and I kind of coordinated our coverage at this show. So as you can see here, he and I did a few interviews together. We talked about our show floor thoughts together. And I'm excited because we are not only doing this to, increase the power of both of our publications, but we are actually trying to grow the industry with this. So we have a news story about it. You can go read it at Brave Pubs. But I thought you guys might be wondering, like, oh, why is AV Nation's logo on these videos? And I figured I would go ahead and explain that to you. So I wanted to watch and bring up another thing from Zoom. So Zoom wants to be your everything. Zoom wants to be your one-stop shop so bad. They want to replace Google Workspace. So they are like, look, we have calendars. Look, we have an email. Look, Zoom phone. I will not be surprised if by Zoomtopia, they are like, we have Zoom documents and Zoom sheets. And Zoom, like, they want to be your one-stop shop. They are no longer just trying to be a video conferencing platform, which I'm sure you guys know. They are like, if it has to do with collaboration, we want it to be us, which I think in theory would be nice, right? Because like, if you're like me, you have Slack, you have Zoom, you have Google, you have your task management software, you have your CRM. So like, in theory, if one thing could replace all that, that might be nice. But the other side of that is it like has to be good to be worth it. And I haven't played around with enough of these functionalities yet to tell you whether or not I think it's worth it. And you might not care if I think it's worth it anyway. But I just wanted to say that because I think it's important that Zoom is trying to do this, because one, I think we're going to see, you know, Microsoft Teams, which already is kind of like this, right? Like you can do a lot of functionality within Teams that you previously couldn't do within Zoom. But I think that we're all kind of trying to catch up. I don't know what WebEx is doing. WebEx is its own thing. But we're going to see a lot of other video conferencing collaboration organizations kind of start trying to be so much more than that, which I think is very interesting. So anyway, let's talk about the Panicast 50. You've probably seen this. This is from Jabra. But this is operating off of an Android OS. And so Sharath is explaining that a little bit and about how many cameras it has and all that it can do. So I thought that I would let him explain this.
Everything that you're used to on the regular P50, but now it's running Android in the bar. So as you can see, everything is built in. If I drop this down, 2 HDMI ins, 2 HDMI outs, and HDMI in for content sharing, Ethernet cord, and there's also a port there, USB-C, which is going to eventually add the functionality of BYOD with a firmware update.
All right. So I've got one more video. I kind of began and ended with D10, but as I said, I'm a big fan of theirs. If D10 has 0 fans, I am dead. So basically, I said that Microsoft Teams was something I saw a lot of at this show. And D10, which previously only had solutions for Zoom, now has many solutions for Microsoft Teams. So they kind of walked me through what their Microsoft Teams offerings are. And for a few of these, for a few of the solutions that they offer with Microsoft Teams, they already have certification. But on a few of these other ones, they're still waiting on it. And I think they expected it was going to come in the next couple months. Apparently, getting Microsoft Teams certified is a lot of work. So they're working. They expect that to come in the next month or so. So yeah. So a few of those were, you know, the D7X, and then the D10 bar, and a few other those that he was showing me the functionality of. So okay. So there was a lot more technology. I really just scratched the surface for you guys, but that's really all I can do in like 25 minutes. But, and that's really all I could do, you know, at a show that I was, you know, at for just a few hours each day. But there was something else there that, while it wasn't technology, it was very important. There were emotional support dogs. Come on. If I see a dog, I'm walking to the dog. So these dogs were just in their patches of grass, laying down. So I actually ended the show sitting down, petting a dog, which I wish I could end every trade show that way. It was amazing. I highly recommend. I would love to end every trade show by just petting a dog and going home. So I hope this was helpful for you guys to kind of see a little bit of what I saw, the things through my eyes. And I hope that you have enjoyed this 26 minutes. I'm going to be giving 2 $10 Amazon gift cards away today. So I hope you have been answering the polls. And to anyone else who might be in the networking chat, I would like to give the second gift card away. It is my birthday on Saturday. I'm turning 30. So if you could give me a piece of advice about what you wish you knew when you were turning 30, I'm going to pick my favorite piece of advice, and I will give the other $10 gift card away to that. So I hope you guys are still watching, and I hope you're going to do that because I don't want you to lose out on $10. And also, everyone tell me happy birthday. Thank you. I hope you've enjoyed this, replaying Enterprise Connect 2024 with me. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week and weekend, and I will see you next time.